2 of the 5 deepest lakes on Earth have never been seen. Nobody has photographed either one. Their depths are inferred from radar. 5th is Sovetskaya, roughly 900 meters deep. It is in Antarctica, 2 kilometers beneath the ice sheet. It takes its name from the research station on the surface above it. The lake covers about 1,600 square kilometers, and it is liquid water. In the coldest place on the planet, which sounds impossible until you see why. The ice above works as a blanket, trapping the heat coming up out of the rock. And the sheer weight of it pushes the freezing point below zero. Antarctica has hundreds of lakes like this. Nobody has drilled into this one. Fourth is Lake Vostok, the largest of them, and one of the strangest places on Earth. There are 4 kilometers of ice on top of it. Nobody knew it existed until 1993. The water below has been sealed off for something like 15 million years. The figure on screen says 1,000 meters deep. That figure is not settled. Published estimates put it between 510 and 900. Nobody has measured it, because you cannot lower a line through 4 kilometers of ice. A Russian team drilled all the way down and reached the water in February 2012. What came back up was soaked in the kerosene they had used to keep the hole open. Third is the Caspian, and it is the last entry on this list with no outline to show you. 1,025 meters deep, and the largest lake on Earth by a wide margin. Larger than Germany, and everybody calls it a sea. Which is not just a habit of language, it is a legal question worth billions. If it is a sea, international maritime law applies, and so do shipping rights and shared waters. If it is a lake, the 5 countries around it simply divide it between themselves. Russia, Kazakhstan, Azerbaijan, Iran, and Turkmenistan argued about it for more than 20 years. In August 2018, they signed an agreement at Aktau and carved it up between them. No part of it is international water. The water itself is brackish, a third as salty as the sea. And the mapping data this channel uses does not list it as a lake at all. It files it as ocean. Second is Lake Tanganyika, 1,433 meters. It sits in the East African Rift, shared between 4 countries. It is the longest freshwater lake in the world, and holds close to 1/6 of the fresh water available on the planet. But almost none of that water has anything living in it. Below about 200 meters, Tanganyika has no oxygen at all. The lake is too deep and too still to mix, so the surface never reaches the bottom. Everything alive lives in the top eighth of it. The remaining 1,200 meters are dead water, and have been for a very long time. Tanganyika is the 2nd deepest lake on Earth. It is also the 2nd largest by volume. and the second oldest, at somewhere around 10 million years. Second, and every time to the same lake. Lake Baikal, 1,642 meters. It is the deepest lake on Earth and also the oldest, around 25 million years. That is unusual because lakes are temporary. Sediment washes in, settles, and fills them. Most vanish within tens of thousands of years. Baikal sits in a rift that is still pulling apart, about 2 centimeters a year. The floor drops faster than the sediment can fill it, so it stays. It holds about a fifth of all the unfrozen fresh water on Earth. More than all 5 of North America's Great Lakes put together. Its floor lies 1,187 meters below sea level. And unlike Tanganyika, its water mixes all the way down, so there is oxygen at the bottom. Which is why Baikal is full of things that live nowhere else, including the nerpa, the only seal in the world that lives entirely in fresh water. How a seal reached a lake in the middle of Siberia is still argued over. Baikal has been measured to the meter. Vostok is still a range. The difference between them is 4 kilometers of ice. Depths from Wikidata, taking each lake's preferred figure. Outlines from natural Earth where one exists.